Sir, thank you so much for giving us the time and to talks by we are begin of meetings. This is Dania. I'm in session with you as your host. I would like you to start off with sharing about more about experience, what you have been doing past or so years. That's where you started currently what you can.
Right. Well, basically, end of the I have been the power of Aquaponic and you there? Hello, hello.
I'm here.
I missed your
I
sound.
can hear you.
Uh, so basically, I studied the solutions, the problems, and try to find answers to the. I decided that Africa was a better place due various different things. One to do with the fact that as a starting point, a massive amount of sun, which can be used for solar, and I looked at obviously the solutions and the problems that goes with that. So, and I worked out that Africa has already solved the problems in the past for the modern day. It's just that most people have forgotten. And that's basically where it comes from. I started with fish food and worked my way through to the plan as we have it now. So, in many ways, the company called Aquaria Sky Foods, which is going to be the one in Ghana, is because we're taking past knowledge, current understanding, and the future in AIoT with the Diana and Akka Sentinel core management system. Basically,
Okay,
taking
so
what
you mentioned
yeah, so I say, and what we basically do is take waste food, convert it into new, good, nutritious, healthy, organic food backwards.
uh, mentioned that you convert the waste food in, there must be some processes involved. Take us through journey of converting that waste food. How do you do it? What are that are involved? Yeah, take
Basically, that solution has already been. We haven't changed anything different. We're using black soda. We're using other forms of insects as well. But then where our secret comes in base with Harmony 7 is to do with a mix of different localized plants and com- combine them as part of the fish. That then creates two byproducts. One is a product that goes into making algae, which again, food for fish. And the second part can be used long term as a fertilizer to be sold to farmers. That, that's that's basically
yeah.
the simple answer.
That's very interesting. That's a concept that uh, taking a bit back towards a more general approach. I would say, what what do you the most pressing issue? How do you see advancements that you've also been mentioned, like yours, contribute to
I see two challenges. One is food waste, because people are misunderstanding food. Too much food is being and that is causing health problems long term. And then you can the food hunger problem or the food poverty problem. The right food is not reaching the right people. So at the end of the day, the world as a whole has two problems. One, we have technically enough food to feed the world. If that food was better processed, either or delivered to the people who need it the most at a reasonable cost. Now, that shouldn't be at the stake of the farmer. That has to be to do with the supply chains that I've. Basically, the large outlets, the supermarkets, and middlemen are taking too big a cuts, and that is causing a problem worldwide, not just in Africa.
Just jump in here about located in the UK currently, located in Africa, right?
I am currently in the UK, heading to
And you're going to be establishing that facility in the near future.
very soon. Yep, hopefully within the next 2 years.
That's best of luck for. So, just a question in continuation with that, how does your work differ? Could you elaborate on the advanced aspects of your aquaponic system, aquaponic system? Peter Maya, I think I was reading
Yeah,
your article.
yeah. Peter Myers. Basically, end of the day, Harmony 7. The Harmony 7 is taking 7 past known sciences that improve growth of, and by combining all 7 and scientific research has been done, and white papers are out there to prove that it does. What we're going to do is take all 7 and implement all 7 together. That makes us unique.
And have sorted out how you're going to implement all of
Correct. Yes. Well,
practices.
yeah, we have. Yeah, it's quite simple. It's very simple. It's just construction work. Obviously, I can't elaborate too much because it's under a
Yeah,
trademark.
definitely. That's
To give you, no, I was going to say sorry
mhm.
but to give you only 3 major companies in the world currently are using one of the 3. Well, sorry, one of the 7. So there's 3 companies globally that are using one of the 7 that I know of.
I'm really excited to know once you begin what you're doing, what
Yeah.
what you actually have.
I know for a fact, once this is built, even a relatively test scale on full production, this is going to be an eye opener, and we will get agritourism coming to visit and trying to work out what we're doing. Much it was try.
That's interesting. Okay, so that brings me to my next question. So as farm, already, of course, adopt more technology from soil sensors to
Yeah,
drone. They generate a massive amount of.
correct.
How crucial do you think are integrated management platforms, similar ERP systems for farmers, uh, beneficial to translate that data into proper informed decision making tools? Think about.
Farming of the past was just basically digging the soil. Farming of today and tomorrow is data, and that data is crucial to how the farmers of the future grow crops and also grow more profit. Because as the weather climate is changing, we have to adjust and change faster. That unfortunately will take AI data and nodes to work out what is needed, what is not needed, and how to cut corners cost wise. But at the same time, obviously produce more in whatever way you can.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something that we are also obviously we are the providing those maybe AI service platform. So we are seeing that growing in the coming to- Peter, next up is gonna be what do you think are the top two emerging AgTech innovations that you have the most transformative impact or UK or in Africa farming in the next few years? We have seen incremental improvements, but just beyond incremental improvement, we see that AI looks like a next front for everybody.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Well, I definitely think control is the key in the future, and the ability to understand the data that. But at the same time, I think the most thing is the switch to more organic, but with the aid more organic fertilizers and more organic processing to grow the food rather than to put it into people. Because people are now more demanding more organic, less plastic into the food and in the water supply. These things are going to be very key to the future because as the human population is absorbing plastic as much as the fish are in the sea, then we need to understand the potential problems that is going to come in the next generation and the generation after. We've only just starting to learn now that plastic is broken down into the sea, and we need to think how, for the next 100 years, how do we, one, stop what we've already done, but how do we change that? This goes for the chemical fertilizers and the growth hormones that are being given. We need to think about, we need to change. We've had so many scares in the food history throughout the last 60 odd years. You know, you go from things like BSB all the way through to plastic now in food and people to wherever next. We've got to start thinking more health, and farmers have got to start thinking how do we produce more with less space and at the same time with less artificial chemicals.
Exactly.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, and exactly. So we are seeing a surge in AI and machine learning. We discussed about that, but obviously it's something that is also sort of a buzzword these days. And we are yet to see how these technologies translate into tangible benefits. Where do you see these technologies in specific these farmers in certain areas or certain domain, predictive analytics for yield, disease detection, or market forecasting? Do you see playing a major role?
Not only the new technology that's coming on board and the current ones is going to help the farmer grow more and control what he's doing, but it's also going to give him more access to the end of the line, which is the customer. And this is going to enable him to know what to grow, when to grow, and forecast the amount he should grow. It, there's very different things going on in the world. Most countries now import food, just not just Africa, but you're talking about the UK, you're talking about America. What would happen if these countries that we're importing from suddenly fail? That is the question you've got to ask. So therefore, it's down to every single person on the planet to think, where's my food coming from in 10 years? Because all it takes is one disaster in one section of the countries, and we've lost. We've coffee plantations destroyed, and this is, I think, the future. If we're not careful, we need to concentrate, and this goes from governments all over the world as well, to think about where our food is and how do we get more. And AI is only a tool that will help you. You cannot you cannot, one of the biggest problems I see is waste, due to the fact that they don't think about the end market. They only think about what they can sell, which is fine. Where's the sales line? That's you've always got to think. If I grow 10,000 dums, where's the customers for this 10,000 dums? That's just what you got to think. It's no good relying on, I've just sold 100, and I can plant more seeds next. Well, that's good. You've got to think, what have I done with all that waste? That's all money. Where is the end line? Can I make use of this waste? Is there a way of making profit from it? That goes for every single country in the world. The amount of food that gets destroyed, even in UK currently, and probably America as well, and all over Europe. We've got to think about where all this food is going and what we can do with it to make more money. And from that money, we can grow more food.
So, say, I'm you know, eyes have been opened. Enlightening.
Yeah,
I, Peter, so just one question and
yeah,
then one
sure.
last question. Obviously, you are working in the African region as well and quite much about the African region. So, do tell our audience how the agriculture sector growing in Africa, what sort of technological advancements and adoptions you are seeing. Is it lagging behind in certain ways from countries like UK?
Yes. In simple answer,
And where do you see
yes.
the opportunities?
Magic words, opportunities. I see opportunities. That's my lacking behind. I think is some of it is to do with training. To be honest, everybody needs to eat. That's all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can either eat fish for your family, or you can grow fish and make profit to sell to others. I'm giving you an example. But at the end of the day, if you are going down the market route as a farmer, you've got to know how many you got, you can sell, and how many you can turn into another product. And at the end of the day, that is part of your marketing. You've got to understand marketing. Farming of the past was just digging a hole and planting some seeds. Now it's a science based, and it's also not just people in the field anymore. There's various different jobs. You're talking about something like 70 odd jobs now to do with farming. It's not digging in soil anymore. I'm way past that. Even in Africa, this is where I see a lot of opportunity. There's different sciences and different technologies that are combined now. You've got not only have you got AI, you need to test things more. That means somebody's got to make an instrument that can be used by a farmer that he understands, or she. It's all about all that technology and being trained to use it. That is the opportunity. The thing that's lagging behind is a lack of knowledge and the attitude of
But it's not lack of
no, definitely not. 100%. Willingness is there. If somebody was willing to show them on a long-term basis, the answer to the solutions they have. Yeah. I see entrepreneurial going on in Africa full stop. Everybody at the moment is chasing the AI thing. But there's only so many apps and so many software programs that you can create that's going to run out. The solution is food. Everybody needs food. My history, I'm passionate about food, and for my own health reason, I would like to have a more healthier diet. But again, that relies on what you're bringing into your food system. So I am passionate about the food. I'm passionate about education, and I'm passionate about trying to encourage entrepreneurship wherever I can, because I cannot live forever. So that I can only take one step into the future. I have to train others to take the next steps. And I would like to have a system in place, and which is what I will try to do through a college and training scenario of making that happen. And hopefully that will go on beyond my time.
We very know you and you is appreciated. There are few people taking such initiatives. So, am I audible to?
Yeah.
Just one last question, Peter. Very general questions again. As a CEO yourself, you are obviously what were the most challenging strategic decisions you face in adopting and adapting to market changes, or maybe adopting new technology within your company? Maybe, for example, onboard vendor, onboard some improve missions or whatever. So what decisions?
At the end of the day, the hardest point is the first step. The second hardest step is understanding what you're doing. Yeah. You've got to have, even if you don't fully write it down, which I'm not, you've got to, in many ways, tell certain people certain parts of what you're doing. That way they can learn their part, and then those parts come together like a jigsaw puzzle. So they interweave, and each section can achieve the goal of the whole. But the hardest step is the first. If having the idea is fine, then you've got to work out: is it viable? Is there a market? Is this going to grow? Is this that with the parts of what you want to do? Is this a long-term project? Is this a project to get in and get out and retire? Personally, I don't believe in retirement, even though I am currently retired. I believe, you've got to make a mark on the planet. I admire major entrepreneurs all over the world who use their money when they've made it to create something good. Because you can't take money to the grave. It's been tried before. It doesn't work.
Okay. Your answer extremely inspirational, and no wonder a lot of people uh, really enjoyed. And I think this past 27 minutes have been
Okay.
just was passed pretty quick. So in advance, listening to you, it's super interesting about your passion to make an impact. So I really wish you best of luck in the journey ahead and for the next 2 years in establishing your Green Africa. Look forward to doing business with you.
We do need this Diane system and sorry, Sentinel. And then as technology moves on, we'll probably want to expand and enhance it even more, because AI
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I too is the future.
Yes, yes. And need tools to manage what those tools are gonna produce.
Yeah.
That's where we
Yeah.
comes in.
But humans still needed. Wherever you go, humans will still be needed in the farming system.
Yeah,
So thank you very much for your
we're only
time.
here to make things easier for
Yeah.
you. Same here. Thank you so much, Peter, for taking out the time.
Okay.
Really appreciate it. Be sending you over via document as well, so you can go. Uh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Great time.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.